6 years old, I wanted to be a father.
Right.
I loved how my family was, but there were massive critical deficiencies in my father's parenting that I wanted to correct.
Okay.
By the time I was 10 years old, I remember looking at my father thinking I could do it better than him.
And what made you think you could do it better?
My father had a little bit of a temper.
Yeah.
And I was a gentle kid.
Right.
Like, I was not a kid that you had to slap or punch or beat.
You know, as a parent, you hope that whatever you are doing for or to your children is the right thing. You hope that when they grow up, they will continue with the same ideas that you've instilled with them. All what a parent wants is for his children or her children to be upright people in society, to do the right things. So I saw this video about Will and Jada, where they discuss about whether Will is a good father or not, or whether Will is getting enough appreciation or enough acknowledgement all the things he is doing. And Will even went as far as sharing some very emotional and personal moments with his own dad before he passed away. It's so amazing. So let's watch.
I'm trying to give you room for your damn clipboard.
You look very handsome.
Why, thank you. You look quite delectable yourself.
Yeah, I like this color on you. The first guest on the red couch.
The red couch.
Let me just say this. Thank you for coming and talking about fatherhood.
Are they flirting with each other? What are they doing? This looks so romantic. You can see how they all appreciate each other. And I have to say this right. If you don't do this, you should start doing it. Always appreciate your partner. Always appreciate your friends. Always appreciate your parents. You look good. You did good. You are so good. Thank you. All these things you say, you might think they are very minor things, but they play a huge part in a relationship. Always tell someone who has done something for you, thank you. When you see your wife or your girlfriend or your husband, say to them, wow, you look great. Wow, you look beautiful. I love you. This is going to help make your relationship tighter. This is going to make your relationship work out. So let's continue.
When do you think your fatherhood instincts kicked in?
From the time I was 6 years old, I wanted to be a father.
Right.
I loved how my family was, but there were massive critical deficiencies in my father's parenting that I wanted to correct.
Okay.
By the time I was 10 years old, I remember looking at my father thinking I could do it better than him.
And what made you think you could do it better?
My father had a little bit of a temper.
Yeah.
And I was a gentle kid.
Right.
Like, I was not a kid that you had to slap or punch or beat. So, you know, growing up in a household where physical aggression was approved of, that really chafed my hide, that hurt my spirit.
For someone who grew up in Africa with a totally different lifestyle and everything, in our home, my mom was the one with the temper. My dad was cool. And even till date, he's still cool, you know. And my mom was the one who made sure that we toed the line. We made sure that we did exactly as she said. Because you know, right? She won't say it twice. I think most of my African brothers and sisters will testify to this, right? Our moms are like Iron Lady. My mom would flog you. She would give you a whip on your boot. But she was so lovely, and she is still lovely. She was and is the kindest person I ever know. She was and still the caringest person I ever know. She cares so much for us, And even to date, when I talk with her, we joke like a lot. In fact, she is my best friend right now. Like they say, right? Mom and their sons, dad and their daughters. We talk like from now till tomorrow. She tells me everything that goes on in the neighborhood. She kind of like my gossip buddy. But raising children can be difficult. That's for sure. And as a parent, you want your children to be a better people in society. And I really cannot say that my mom was special in the way she did things, and that was why we turned out this way. I can only say that she did her best, and her best paid out, because I know of many people in my neighborhood, some of the people who are same age as I am, or who are older than I am, or who are younger than I am, who are not so blessed to be what their parents would hope they become. In fact, they fall short of what their parents wanted them to become. So, as a parent, you can only do your best and hope that things go accordingly. And I know most people might not appreciate physical punishment from their parents. Mostly the West, they think that is child abuse. But in Africa, I think it's really necessary, because some of us were and are still very headstrong, and an extra motivation is needed to put us on the right path. Our parents are doing their best to make sure that we toe the line. Our parents are doing what they can do best to make sure that we do not become people that the society would not accommodate. So I understand when Will Smith said that he was uncomfortable whenever his parents went physical on him. But for someone like myself, I think it was very necessary, because believe me, I was really headstrong. And I think I am still, up till now, I am still headstrong, right? But back then, it was headstrong coupled with stupidity and ignorant. So let's continue.
What would you say was your father's superpower as a dad?
He had a couple of things that were like spectacular. The strongest thing is he was a teacher. Every single moment was a teaching moment.
Right.
He believed that school wasn't the only place you got an education, and school was actually in his way. And his thing was, you can't father from a distance. He wanted his kids beside him while he was doing the thing that he was best in the world at, so he could be seen in his best light and he could teach from moment to moment.
Got it.
That's really nice. That's really nice. And I think this is something that most of us can understand, because most of us went through similar situations as Will Smith. I personally can comprehend that. And I truly believe that whatever his father did was best for him. And you can even hear Will Smith the way he talks about his father with so much love, so much emotions. That goes to show you that he really revered his father, and he takes his father as his royal model, which that is something I think most of us should do. I know there are some terrible, terrible parents out there, but most parents just want what is good for their child. So before some of us go out there and start saying things about our dad, remember, without them, you will be nothing. Without them, you will have nothing. And they have sacrificed almost everything to get you to where you are. It's very important that you understand this, because sometimes we tend to feel that they did not do their best, or they haven't done their best. But that is a big mistake. Our parents always want the best for us. And to you guys out there, what can you tell us about your dad? Was he or is he someone you are proud of? And please do not forget to like this video, share this video, follow our Facebook page, and most importantly, subscribe to our YouTube channel, because little deed of good will, like the one you are doing just now, help us a lot, and we shall forever be grateful to you. So thank you very much for doing just that. And like always, see you in the next one.